Welcome to the Short Film Festival of Ca' Foscari. We are going to interview today Marcos Carmandons, who is the director of the short film Pile of Salt, Estatua de Sal in Spanish. He is from Spain, Andorra, and is studying in Barcelona.
Okay. I want to ask you something about the short film. Your movie explores the relationship between the sexual identity and the strict rules of moral Catholic institutions. I want to ask you if do you think there has been some change in last years about this topic?
I don't know. I don't have to answer that question, but I think it's very interesting the way that we did the movie in this place where they study religion and they decide to become a priest. But this is like a situation that any teenager can feel wherever they are, where they study. But yeah, I think that nowadays we have more open view about this thing, but there's still a lot of closeness and there's still a lot of people who don't want to express themselves and their sexuality. And yeah, I think that we make some advance, but not as much as we have to do as a society. So.
And another question is, we noticed that during the film there are some scenes that look like a painting. Painting is a work of art, and we wanted to ask you which work of art had inspired you, or also which director or other movies you took inspiration from.
It's very funny because we took a lot of Italian influence, in the short film, most of it. There are some paintings like Michael Schwert's paintings for the light and other northern reference, but in Italy a lot of Caravaggio as well. The poster is a recreation of one painting of Caravaggio, from Caravaggio, and Tiziano a lot, with some reference from Tintoretto, we take some reference from the Angelus, some French paintings, Impressionist paintings from France, and yeah, and a lot of the statues as well, like El Rapto de las Prosernias, like a very famous statue or these things. And films, it's very funny because I have two main references, and one it was Ida by Pavlovsky. It's it's a thing there for Cold War. It's a fantastic director that I really love it. And another one was Death in Venice, that I don't know the title in English, but it's Muerte en Venecia. It's based in a book from Thomas Mann.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, we take a lot of reference from that movie for the character, from Tadzio, and yeah, this kind of cinematography. And a lot of Italian directors. I really love all of realism movies in Italy in the 60s and the 70s, and we take a lot of inspiration from them.
Okay. In conclusion, I want to ask you why, if you could explain why you decided to talk about this topic, linking it to one of the most ancient biblic narration about it, and doing it through symbolism.
Yes, well, basically this film is after a breakdown, after a relationship that fails in my life, I threw away about the short film, and it explained the point of view of the other person, but in a very dramatic way that now I don't feel the same, but it was a way to express how I felt in that moment. And we related with Sodom and Gomorrah, that is the biblical chapter where God destroys homosexuality and where the Bible says no, there's heterosexuality only in the world. But we like to mix these two concepts, the ancient concept and the biblical concept, with some normal relationship that we can tell nowadays. And yeah, we mixing these two things. And after a lot of symbology, we see there are some scenes where the power is represented in some ways, or the final scene where
very powerful.
Yeah, where the the main character becomes a pile of salt. That I think it's more romantic when it's in Spanish, that it's a statue of salt. That is like this way to say that he's never gonna be what he wants to be, and he will always be watching.
He's strict.
The other ones be free and express their sexuality. And we should do the in the church, and it was very funny to put all these men naked in the church.
Okay. Thank you a lot for being here with us, and we'll see fellow stars today.
So thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Enjoy the festival.
Thank you.
And enjoy Venice.
Okay.
Thank you very much.